Hi, welcome back to the Dally Diaries. Kristel here. I'm so glad you've dropped by to hang for a little while today. I am so excited because I have got the Danessa Myricks Lightwork palette number 7. I have never owned one of these before. This is my very first one. And yes, I have already been playing with this, but I will insert some footage when it was fresh and virginal and just, you know, good to go. So you can see how it actually looked. I knew I wasn't going to be able to contain myself, which is why I filmed a little bit of footage before I dove on into it. This is an absolute stunner though, and I'm so excited to play. So anyway, have a look at the footage. We'll be right back. So gorgeous. I love that there are 3 different color stories. I love that there's a really, really neutral one. Then you've got your beautiful purples. And then if you want a little something special, the blues. So it kind of has everything, and that's why I bought this palette. This packaging is really amazing and innovative as well. If you haven't already seen it, you probably have. You've probably watched 37 of these videos already, but if you haven't, it's very cool. So this little bit here pops out. So it's more challenging than I thought it was, but if you have nails, you'll be able to do this quite easily. There we go. So that bit pops out. And then these guys all can come out of the, look at my finger. That's so sad. I'm gonna get some tweezers so I don't ruin my entire palette. A spatula would also be perfect for this, but I have no idea what mine is. So anyway, so you can just go in there and grab out the individual palettes. Oh, I'm getting a suspected spam phone call. Lucky me. And they all stick together like with a magnet to become one little stackable palette, which is great if you're traveling or if you only want to kind of take one away. Isn't that really cool? I just think that packaging is so innovative and very impressive, quite frankly. I don't know, I did not put that back together in the exact way it came out, but whatever, who cares? Today, I think it's a real toss-up. Do I want to work with the blues or the purples? I mean, I've worn this one a lot because it's very, very wearable. The purples are so beautiful. The blues are incredible as well. I'm gonna start with the purples. I'm vibing the purples, so let's do that. I was actually a little bit nervous after I ordered this palette because I watched a video of Angelica Nyqvist using it and she really didn't like it. And I was like, oh no, this is like the 2nd eyeshadow palette I've bought this year, and I've waited all year to buy one that I thought I was gonna love, and then like, what if it's terrible? But having said that, I've also watched videos from a lot of other people who loved it. So I was very curious to see how I was gonna feel about this, and I will fill you in on my thoughts a little bit later, but first of all, let's create a purple look. I haven't use the purple side very much, so let's get into it. I'm gonna use a brush from Refa. It's a 16. I'm gonna zoom you in a little as well. Hello. Isn't this nice and cozy? Actually, you know what I am gonna do? Just for now, I am actually gonna take that palette back out again, so it's easier for me to show you what I'm working with. This one I'm taking first, just to get in the crease. So I don't know, I haven't seen if Angelica's used the palette since that one video that I saw that she did, and she didn't really like it very much, wasn't enjoying it, which is totally fair. Everyone's allowed to have their own opinion and experience with something, but yeah, it did make me nervous. And geez, I should be using those tweezers to actually pluck my eyebrows every now and then. Not just pull palettes apart. Actually, I'm just gonna grab a clip and pop that fringe out of the way. Oh, okay. I just ran down the hallway and my chest, my boobs have been so sore the last week. Just hormonal, you know, oh, it's rough, isn't it? Oh, and when you take your bra off and it's like, oh, yeah. Anyway, I digress. I'm back. My friend just clipped out the way, so let's continue on. You know, you understand. Let's be real. This happens to most of us. Okay, that's going on like a dream. Absolutely zero issues with blending that. Yeah, cool, 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 cool. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm excited for this. All right, so next up, first of all, let me just swatch all the colors so you can see what I'm working with here, all the pretty shimmery ones. All right, so these are the beautiful shimmery shades that we have to choose from in the purple section. Oh, aren't they gorgeous? This one really shifts hard from purple to green. Some of them are a bit softer. They're different textures. Oh my gosh, and this is absolutely stunning. I'm going to show you at the end. I've got a couple of palettes here that some of the colors kind of remind me of. Definitely not dupes, but yeah. So if you have any of them, you can see if you want to still get this one. All right, I think we're going to have to use that gorgeous purple in the middle. So I'm going to do something with this shade. And I'm just going to go with my finger. It'll be interesting to see. I haven't really noticed much fallout using the palette. Actually, I've not really noticed any fallout to speak of, especially seeing as I've been going in with no anything. Look at that color. That is so pretty. Oh, I can't believe I have just finished my first year of uni. And I'm really proud of myself. I mean, I only ended up doing one subject, but to me that was a lot with everything else that was going on. And with all the brain fog, I honestly didn't know if I was going to make it. There were times where I definitely didn't think I would. And I know I posted a video of me having a breakdown after Spanish one day. And yeah, but I have finished the first year of Spanish and I'm really proud. Because it is hard. It is very hard to learn another language. Hats off to people that move to another country that, you know, is not the same language of your origin country. I just think that's so impressive that you're able to move to another country and navigate that whole situation and learn another language just like that. Incredible. Incredible. All right, so now we're going to take I think definitely want to use the purple to green flipper. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, uni's done for this year. Now I just want to decide, I have a feeling that what I want to do is switch to, because I was doing a Bachelor of Arts, but I think I want to change my course to the Diploma of Languages and just stick with Spanish for now, because I'm only doing it part-time and because I haven't done the other subjects that I would have to do as the core of the Bachelor of Arts. I would have to do those before I could then go on with second year of Spanish, and that might not be for another year, and I really don't want to lose that momentum. So I think I'm going to switch my course to the Diploma of Languages, and then if I want to, later on I can switch it back to the arts degree and do some history and international relations subjects, which I'd really like to do at some point. But I don't want to lose the momentum because I'm already finding it a struggle to keep up with Spanish. So I think if I take a year off, I don't think it'll be a great outcome for anyone. Mostly me. No one else cares if I can speak Spanish. Maybe my future Spanish husband that I haven't met yet. Very cool. This is cool. I'm gonna overlap that a little bit over that other shade. Actually, I'm gonna build that up a tiny bit more. Impact. I think the tagline for this palette was like infinitely wearable or something. And I actually agree. I think this is a very wearable, accessible way to get around multi-chromes if you're new to them. They are very wearable colors, very easy to wear on a day-to-day basis without anyone freaking out about your eye makeup, but still being like, oh, that's really beautiful. Okay, for the inner corner, I'm gonna take this bad boy. And this color reminds me a little bit of one of my Terra Moon's eyeshadows. Actually, it reminds me of a couple of my indie eyeshadows. Like a little iridescent number. I might, don't mind me, I'm just having a, again, buffering in real time. I do that quite often. I am now gonna take this little corner shade here. I feel like this shade is more toppery, like it doesn't, it's quite soft compared to the others, but I might just pop that in the, yeah, just gonna layer that in the center there. Yeah, that's really pretty actually. It brings a nice lightness to that. So I think, yeah, so these purples aren't like in the pan they look like they're going to be so full on, and potentially if you spray them they might be more full on. I haven't done that, but actually on the eye they're quite muted and subtle, which is why it's such a wearable palette. I think it's not as bold as you might think it's going to be. It's very pretty though. And actually, it's funny because when I remember watching Nikki LaRosa's video where she was using this palette and she was using the purple, and I couldn't even tell that she had purple in her eyes. But in real life, you can definitely see the purpleness. It's not vivid, it's not particularly vivid, but you can definitely see it. But on video, I feel like you barely see the purple. So let's do something under the eye. So I'm gonna go in with that same shade to start with. I'm definitely gonna do another look with the blue of the palette as well. That looks kind of almost like mushroomy on me, that shade, quite taupey. And we haven't used the other purple yet, so I think that needs to make an appearance. And then I think I will have used all of the colours. All of the colours. But for under the eye, I sound like, what is that? Oh, dolphin from Sequest DSV. So this one I'm using now is top colour. Very nice, very nice. And then I think what I want to do is use this purple as a bit of an eyeliner. But before we get to that, I'm going to use an actual eyeliner. And I don't know if I want to add any more depth to the outer eye. All right, I'm going to see if this kind of darkens up any. Okay. So that comes out, it comes out quite cool toned on me, this eyeshadow. In fact, even the ones in the warmer end come out quite cool toned on me. It happens a lot with my skin tone for some reason. Things just, yeah. things that are supposed to be neutral end up looking quite cool toned. That's a bit of a interesting spot there. It's a bit nothing too serious, but let's get some eyeliners on. All right, I'm gonna go in now with the Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Kohl in Fig, I believe. This is a very creamy eyeliner, so you have time to work with it. I do love Charlotte Tilbury eyeliners. I think they're very good. Haven't met one yet that I don't like. And then it's got a little smudger on the end, so you can get that nice fade out to your liner. Oopsie. Everything's fine. Okay, that shade is very beautiful. I think just to finish it off, because as pretty as that is, I do want a little more something something. I'm gonna take my Avatar liner, one of the liquid liners from Lethal Cosmetics Avatar collection. What's this one? I don't know what the shade is, but it's beautiful. Every single multi-chrome liner from that collection is spectacular. And I am gonna run that along here. Yes, now we're talking. They do take a sec to dry down, so. All right, I am just going to apply some finishing touches and I will be right back. I really want to chat with you about the palette. Don't go anywhere. All right, I am back. I did a few little tweaks at the end there. So I added my Peaches and Cream Nude eyeliner in the inner rim there. For lashes, I used the Opening Act Lash Primer from Tarte, and then the Tartelette XL Black, and the Tartelette, the limited edition color, I think it is. It's so gorgeous, the Magenta, just sort of around the edges of my lashes. For blush, I am wearing one I'm really enjoying lately, and it is the Natasha Denona My Mini Dream Glow Blush. I really like this blush. It looks beautiful on, and it's such a lovely wearable shade that goes with so many looks. And then for lips, I've got the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner on, the lip cheat, with my Nude by Nature lip oil in Pink Raspberry. And that is the final look. What do we think? All right, well, I have some thoughts. So let's zoom out because we are really, ooh, close right now. I have reassembled my Natasha Denona palette. She's back to a Rigididge situation. Okay, my thoughts on this. When I first got it and I first put it on my eyeballs, I felt like, uh-oh, what have I done? Have I just made a horrible mistake? I've waited all year to buy a palette that I'm really into, and I felt like it was a little underwhelming. And then I kept playing with it, and I've worn it every day basically for the last, well, since I got it, so probably like the last 4 or 5 days. And I have realized that it looks gorgeous in low light, it looks gorgeous in natural light, and it's completely, totally wearable during the day as well. And then I remembered, like, how can I be mad at an eyeshadow palette for being what it says it is? Danessa literally calls this infinitely wearable, and she's not wrong. These colors are absolutely perfect. You can wear them on an everyday basis. They are appropriate for anywhere that you might go, and they look beautiful. The shifts are subtle. The sparkle is divine. It's like a gorgeous, sophisticated sparkle. And then you do actually have these blues, which if you want to go for it, if you want a night out, these are actually intense and they are vibrant and they're beautiful. So I realized that actually the way that I do my makeup every day, this is the perfect palette. It's perfect for me because I don't tend to wear crazy bright colors on the day-to-day. I wear more subtly muted colors, but I like a multi-chrome and I like something a little bit extra and a little bit special. So actually this palette is kind of perfect for me and I have no regrets on purchasing this. I'm really happy to have this in my collection. I think it's beautifully made and I get like no fallout. It's incredible actually because I haven't been spraying anything. I'm literally just picking it up, placing it on, no fallout. It's quite impressive. Now, I have a couple of palettes here that this kind of reminded me of mildly. There was one shade, which is the one that we used on the inner corner, this one here. Now this one I do feel like is kind of like relatively common in indie palettes, of which I have many. And I think the one that came to mind initially was Terra Moon's, but I do think there's a couple of Odin's Eye ones in some of their palettes that look quite similar too. So this one is, what shade is that? It's the Terra Moon's Red Giant. So that's those two side by side. So this one is from the Danessa palette and this one is the Terra Moon's. So I do feel like they have some definite similarities. But the one that actually really reminded me of this one was my old, I know they've redone this palette since and I didn't pick up the re-release because unfortunately Adept eyeshadows really crack up on my eyelids, my oily eyelids, but this is the original Minka palette, which I think is super beautiful. I feel like some of these shades look quite, they're not the same, but they give kind of a similar vibe to what you get with this middle chunk of the Danessa Myricks eyeshadow palette. So if that is the bit of the palette that you're attracted to and you already have the Minka palette, maybe you want to think about whether or not you want to get it. But I will say the Danessa Myricks eyeshadows stay on my eyelids much better than the Adept Cosmetics ones, which is a shame because I think Adept do the most stunning colors, but they just do not stick to my eyes even with a primer underneath. So I will still be more likely to wear this one. If you would like to see me using one of the other color stories in this palette or both of them, let me know in the comments. If you want to see me use these really cool blues, let me know, or if you want to see more of the everyday wearable stuff, then I can go with this one too. I'd love to hear from you, hear your thoughts. Have you got this palette? Are you thinking of getting this palette? I got it when it went on sale and I've afterpaid it because I can't afford to pay for it up front. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and thank you so much for being here today. It's always a pleasure. I'll be back with you very soon once again at the Dally Diaries. Take care wherever you are in this big old crazy world. Lots of love. Bye.